Hey, it's January 30th, 2023. I'm Tom Miller with eXp Realty, and this is my Market Maker Monday. So last week I gave you a little update on the broader market in Johnston. Today we're going to focus on the broader market, and then we're going to talk about why you need to not pay attention to the news. So as of this morning, we have 2,538 active listings in the Des Moines metro area on our MLS. That's down 68 from last week. We've had 214 new listings in the past 7 days. We've seen 259 homes go pending in the last 7 days, which, as you remember, are homes that have accepted offers but are not yet closed. We saw 73 closings in the last 7 days, and we've seen 42 homes actually have their listing expire or their listing canceled in the last 7 days, which is that's kind of an interesting number, but not unusual for this time of year. So what we're seeing is for existing homes in central Iowa, actually the broader market in central Iowa is sliding back into that seller's market territory. For sure, existing homes are sliding into that seller's market territory again. And new construction has been in a buyer's market for the past several months, but we're seeing it trending towards a neutral market. So it's going to be really interesting to see this spring what kind of new listings come on the market and see what our inventory does. But as of right now, all signs are that there is a lot of buyer activity in this market, and that's pretty exciting. So that's probably contrary to what you've been hearing in the national news, or if you've been looking at national level real estate stuff. There's talk about foreclosures jumping up. There's talk about, price declines. There's major price declines in some markets. And, the reality of it is news is so sensational. Good stuff never sells. And the other reality of it is our market is special right now because as these bigger markets on the coast and some other places are trying to sort things out, we're actually benefiting from that. We've got a lot of people moving here. We still have people continuing to move here, and they're taking up some of that inventory on the market, and they're not replacing it. Let's talk about foreclosures really quick. I want to give you a little perspective on that. So foreclosures are still historically low on a national level. Historically, 1% of homes have been in foreclosure in a good market. Right now, we're at 0.5, or right around 0.5% of homes. And that is after the jump that they're talking about in the news. So that perspective is really important for you to understand that we're still half of where we are in a normal market as far as foreclosures on a national basis. And the reality of it is, I had a person hit me up last week and say, hey, I'd love to get together and talk about foreclosures and if there's any opportunities. And I'm like, there's no opportunities. The reality of it is, and I confirmed this with two very long-term investors last week. There's no deals on foreclosures in this market. You can go to the sheriff's sale. You're not going to outbid the bank. There's always somebody willing to pay way too much for foreclosure in this market. And the other thing is, you just really don't know what you're getting when you're buying a foreclosure. This time of year, they got the water shut off, so you have no idea if the plumbing's working. You don't know if the power's working. You don't have a lot of information about those homes, and there just aren't hardly any of them right now. So that's really not an option, and I really encourage people to just take that off their radar in central Iowa because it's not a way for you to be successful, particularly if it's a game you haven't been playing for a long time. The other thing to talk about is just how the velocity of our market is picking up again. This morning I saw some chatter that there was a house in Urbandale last week that had 7 offers on it, which, boy, we haven't seen that in quite some time. And 7 offers is a lot, and the previous week there was chatter about homes seeing multiple offers. So we're seeing that buyer activity pick up, and at the same time we're seeing our inventory tick down, which is natural this time of year. But that really creates an opportunity. And if you're thinking about selling your home in maybe March, you might want to think about maybe now's the right time because there are buyers out and you are going to have a lot less competition than you are come March or April this year. So if that's something interesting to you, reach out, give me a shout. Happy to have that conversation with you. Otherwise, again, don't pay attention to the national news. All real estate is local. If you have questions about the market, I'm happy to answer them. Just, shoot me a text, give me a call, send me an email, whatever. Happy to answer your market questions. Again, I'm Tom Miller with eXp Realty, and this is the January 30th, 2023 Market Maker Monday.